You have found the Titus Podcast Armageddon Update with hosts Christopher Titus, Rachel Bradley, and Ken Highland. And now, here's Christopher Titus with this week's Armageddon Update.
I'm Christopher Titus, and Armageddon Update! How you feeling? Seriously, how does it feel to slowly watch all of our values erode and rust and explode and dissolve, and watch the people eroding, rusting, exploding, and dissolving our values get away with it at a level we have never seen?
Being like a rocket ship, except in the wrong direction.
Every week here on the podcast, we try to bring the horrors of the world into light, and we do it with a touch of humor, hopefully. I mean, to make the information palatable and make it so you just don't want to, stick a needle in your eye repeatedly. We're here to help. So today, I kind of want to go over what we've all lost since this 34-time convicted felon, rapist, bankrupt, pedophile, loser, con man has become president. Are you ready? Cool. Healthcare. They're estimating 11 to 17 million people will lose access to healthcare. On top of that, they now have a work requirement to get healthcare, which means if you're so sick you can't work, you can't get better unless you work, which you can't do because you're sick and need healthcare. Trump wants to kill 2 satellites that measure CO2 and plant life growth on Earth, which, would also measure the effects of climate change. But hold on, we can't have that because the oil people gave Jared $2 billion. So we need to make sure that they get what they paid for while the planet burns. Florida's Gulf of Mexico is at 97 degrees. So with a lifeless ocean, which means the hotter the water, the bigger the hurricanes. But we won't know how big those hurricanes are because we've also lost funding and 600 employees for the National Oceanic Atmospheric Association. Since then, we've had one of the biggest floods in Texas that killed over 100 people, and a lot of those were kids. And then Trump killed FEMA, so the worst flood in Texas history is going to have to be cleaned up and paid for by the people who have nothing because they lost everything they had in a flood. Because in Texas, people, we don't want no government help. That would be socialism.
I don't think you should take any money from the federal government because they can't be trusted.
Now, we don't need these funds here. We've done just fine, and we'll get by without them. But you spend this money, you're signing a contract with the devil, and the devil's in the White House.
This is Texas, and Texans can take care of Texas.
Prices are way up because of tariffs, and then we don't have tariffs, and then we do have tariffs. And since we don't know hour by hour how much the tariffs will be,
Press a button, bing, bing.
we've stopped buying stuff, which is killing the economy. Like it's in a prison cell with the cameras off and the guards sleeping.
The Trump economy probably committed suicide.
Then the national debt is going up because of tax cuts for the people who already have everything. And he pissed off Canada. How do you piss off Canada? 4.5 million kids will die because of cuts to USAID. And this douche just cut $500 million for vaccinations, a couple years after a pandemic. And while you suffer without health care, not enough money to buy food or gas, he got a $400 million free plane as a gift from Qatar, which is only going to take $400 million of our tax dollars to replate illiterate Orange's new gold toilets. And then he took the worst sex trafficker in our history, a woman who groomed children to sexually please monsters, and he moved her to a 4-star club-fed prison because pedophiles need iron sheets and a coffee bar. So to wrap up, he's done nothing, he said. He's on track to kill more people than his first term through starvation, lack of medicine, stopping medical research, and not just in America. Oh, no. More Gazans and Ukrainians will die under this president because of his rank stupidity and evil. But hey, we're getting a new ballroom. A ballroom that makes the White House look like an airport terminal, which will go with his new plane bribe. Bribe plane? Plane bribe. Either or. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Every day, it just keeps getting worse. And you know what? That's a partial list. That's just a few things that in any other time in history, we would have marched to the White House, yanked the guy out, and drug him down the street behind an ox cart. But still, this guy, for some reason, keeps getting away with it. I am done. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus, Titus Podcast. Hello, welcome to the current
Shit show.
That is America. Wow. We found out today, first of all, with me as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There can be only one.
We found out today that he is actually erasing from the White House website big chunks of the Constitution. Habeas corpus.
It's about time.
The emoluments clause. He's erasing everything that we can go, hey, dude, it's not in the Constitution.
As though we don't have anywhere else to go reference.
And I keep saying, like no one else. I literally have a Constitution, a mini one in my bag.
And I'm surprised he abused it first before he deleted it. Like the emoluments clause, he's been abusing it.
He's actually a shitty criminal. I just don't know how he gets away with everything. But we had a shooting today at a military base. We have had. It's as I say in my new show, picking up the phone every day is like cutting the red wire on a bomb. I think I said that last week too, and it is non-stop.
It's become multiple bombs. Like we can't keep up.
It's like it's like a world war of stupid.
It's the Costco of bombs, and we all.
It just never stops. It just fucking never stops. Can you bring up the Constitution thing? Let's talk about that. Because the great thing is he's so obvious as what he's erasing. We can just go over the crimes for that.
I typed in Trump erasing const, and Google finished it constipated. Trump erasing constipated.
Now, if he gets rid of constipation, I may vote for him again.
This is old. This was what I was just mentioning to you upstairs, that he was rebuked for his call to terminate the Constitution over the 2020 election results. That was in 2022.
Wait.
How far
because he lost
come.
an election, he wanted to terminate the Constitution.
He called for, on December 4th, the termination of the Constitution in his Truth Social post.
How the fuck do people still back this guy? He called for the termination of the founding document of America.
Do you throw the presidential election results of 2020 out and declare the rightful winner? Or do you have a new election? A massive fraud of this type and magnitude allows for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution.
I like how he puts emphasis on words like he doesn't speak English. Like it's not his first language.
Strange words.
It actually sounds like he writes in Tourette's.
Yeah.
He writes with a tick. Just for no reason. He's going to yell words.
He also capitalizes random words. And
that's
I'm
what I'm saying.
100% I just mean the first letter. Like he makes it a proper.
We have a feral animal as president, and he is desperate, and he is cunning, and he is dumb as a fucking rock, but he's cunning, and he has this base level slimy criminality that we don't even can't even imagine. I was going over all the stuff that he did, and I was thinking, why is he building a $200 million ballroom in the White後? Well, he built buildings his whole life.
Yeah.
So in New York, that's all kickbacks. Mm-hmm. So $450 million on Alcatraz, and it's just fencing and tents. Yeah. There's no fucking way.
It's another money laundering.
So, and if you look at the construction company that built it, it's this house. We saw the thing. It was like a Rachel Maddow the thing. It's not even a building. It's a fucking house.
Bigger than the White House.
No. I'm talking about the construction company that did Alligator Alcatraz. I moved on. You're reading something.
I actually was reading something great. I can't wait to tell you.
But I'm talking about, so if he's gonna. So he's getting kickbacks. Mm-hmm. He's getting kickbacks because there's no way. And did you see that? If you know, people look up the design for the ballroom it's put next to the White House. It is the most fucked up.
Gaudy ass, cringy,
but it dwarfs the disgusting. White House.
It's supposed to be. The White House is supposed to be a symbol of America. It's not supposed to be a symbol of opulence. It's the people's house. It's not supposed to be like a fancy,
what he's building looks like a mall bolted onto the.
He's like putting Mar-a-Lago on it.
It's crazy.
We've been in the White House.
So go ahead. We have been in the White House. It's fairly big, which is stunning that the thing he wants to put next to it is so. Why would you do it off to the side like that?
It's definitely not a building being built by a guy that doesn't plan on being there.
Yeah. He's building it for him. because it won't be done
Tell me
until
again
he's done.
how old his father was when he passed away.
Yeah, 95 or 96. Yeah, everybody. Boy, I said that in the car. How I was like genetics. This is what Trump's father, 93. Fuck.
Why does evil live so long?
He's
Fucking-
not. My mom always said it was because their bitterness preserves them like a pickle. So I have seen it time and time again in my family.
So $400 million or $200 million to build this one building is exorbitant in the extreme.
And in the face of cuts to like child cancer research and Meals on Wheels for
Foster
like
advocates.
and we were supposed to be, and Doge was cutting all these things for quote unquote, fraud and a waste.
Doge ended up costing $21 billion. Doge did not save us anything. Remember, he said, I will cut the budget by $2 trillion. He cut the budget by less than 150, and none of those were budget cuts. They were actually contracts that had already been approved by Congress that they just fucking ended. On top of that, you got douchebag running HHS, who is now pulled $500 million from cancer and mRNA research. So we are. And there's 2 satellites. Look this up, please. 2 satellites, and I went over this Armageddon update where it just listed all the shit that he's taken from me. 2 weather satellites, major weather satellites that he's ordering to be destroyed. Why the fuck would you want to destroy something that gave us information and saved American lives and lives around the world by letting know what was happening? The reason is because there are big oil money interests that want to make sure that climate change doesn't exist, so they can keep selling it. And who's his best buddies? Who gave $2 billion to his son-in-law? Saudi Arabia. What's Saudi Arabia's biggest export? Oil. So basically, guys, we are living in a man who's taken over America and turned it into a bodega that just has the biggest crime family running out of the back.
And he wants to be the sole provider of information, which is the same reason he's shooting down satellites, so that they can talk about climate change as they want it. He also fired the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. Because of
about that.
Trump administration is terminating 22 contracts focused on developing mRNA vaccines and getting rid of additional federal investments in mRNA technology.
Now, just so you guys know, old vaccines would actually shoot a dead virus into you to make your body react to it. mRNA would tricks your body to see it. It's not a virus. It actually tricks your body to see it as a virus and then manufacture. That's why when you
dupe.
It's a dupe.
Like a DHgate
Exactly.
version
Yes.
of a virus.
But it fakes your body out, so your body reacts and it starts. So anyway, that's one thing. So we're now killing it. This technology is amazing. How do you think we developed the COVID vaccine so fast? Well, we had this mRNA technology, which, by the way, wasn't founded during COVID. It was actually started working in the 60s. So we've got that. So he's going to kill how many more million Americans does he need to kill? Cool. Now let's go over the satellite thing.
Oh.
Yeah, he's going to take down 2
Okay.
satellites. Oh, no.
Done.
We don't have
Bunch
the time.
of people are going to die. That's
Yeah. After every single one. Yeah.
At
Eventually
the
they're going to
end.
die.
Well, I feel like that's at the end of everything that we're talking about.
Yes, and we should all say it in unison.
And we're all going to die. What do you want to know about now? The labor statistics?
Then we'll do that, because that was a crazy one. That was the most. I think he's done dictatorship, but that by far was the most dictator shit I've seen in a minute.
It's while you find that.
Cuts. He massively cut NOAA and NWS, the National Weather Service.
And hurricane season is tomorrow.
After 1,000 people died in a flood in Texas.
And then he cut FEMA, so we didn't help those people. So the government. So basically, he cut FEMA, so people died because we cut out the NOAA, and then they died because he stopped FEMA. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
So guys, all you people that think this man was going to be good for you or the economy, groceries are now up. I don't know, something that cost 4 years ago cost $65 for a bag of groceries is now like $130. So you guys keep talking about he's going to make you a good businessman. You're full of shit and you're wrong. Go ahead. What happened with the satellites he wants to take down?
I just thought this was interesting. This is another thing that we could all say in unison about everything. as Trump/weather agency, his appointees, Howard Lutnick specifically, have ties to companies that stand to benefit from privatizing forecasts. So that's why he wants to privatize everything.
So there's a bunch of companies that are going to make us pay to find
Howard
out the
Lutnick,
weather.
a billionaire who is now your commerce secretary, also ran a financial firm, which he left in his adult son's control. And this is the firm that will benefit if these are privatized.
Oh, you didn't know about that storm coming? Well, you need to upgrade your Netflix
Oh,
to
you didn't know. It's $14 a month to find out if you're going to
Storm.
But if they do this, what's going to happen? We are all going to die.
And actually, this was in Project 2025. It called for NOAA to be broken up and for the Weather Service to quote, fully commercialize its forecasting operations. So they planned who was going to benefit. So this was in...
Did you guys remember when you said Project 2025 was a bullshit thing? And then Trump said, I don't even read it. It's not a thing. It's not going to happen. They're actually putting it in page by page by page, paragraph by paragraph. On top of that, what happens if you privatize the weather? Because if the government has no dog in the fight, we just give the people information to save our people, right? Because we're the government. We're supposed to provide for our people and protect our people. What happens if it becomes a money-making business, reporting the weather? And let's say the Saudis, they say, well, we don't even report the heat numbers so high. Why? Because, well, that points to global warming. So why don't you take 5 to 6 degrees off every day?
And also,
which would change the way we see everything.
And then you have to buy the information, right? So news channels would have to buy a license or something.
Was Cantor Fitzgerald. Lutnick resigned as CEO so he could go do this gig, but he left his 2 20-something-year-old sons in charge. So he divested, just like Trump divested.
And let his boys run it.
He followed the law. So his 2 20-something-year-old sons are running that. They are the co-chair and executive vice chairman. As of his most recent ethics filing, June 19, he said that he was still selling his holdings in the firm. It's taking a little longer than expected. So that is the group that will...
Of course it's taking a little longer. They haven't destroyed the satellites yet. Once the satellites are done and that company's stock goes through the roof,
so that company
that's when you sell it.
Has ties to Satellogic, a satellite company that offers natural disaster imagery. So then you have Elon Musk, who ran Doge. Starlink, that Elon owns, is regulated by NOAA's Office of Space Commerce. Interestingly, one of the first moves Elon made was to fire about 1/3 of its staff in layoffs in February.
Boy, we think like ads on TV. Can you imagine ads in a fucking tornado? They're just going to be like constant spam ads.
What I don't understand, because you're going to watch because you want to see what that... So we basically...
2 Trump nominees actually have ties to weather companies.
So great. So he's destroying the weather. So cut the NOAA. We now have companies that are going to profit off reporting the weather to people that need to know the weather when it was a government service. What bothers me about... Because look, it's fucking every day. Why is it every day?
It's a rabbit hole that you can go look at, but there are a lot of people that he has put in place that have a role in the private sector in government weather forecasting. So just go dive down that rabbit hole if you have time in between everything else.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Yeah,
the next
there's
one.
so many.
Let's move on to the next one. The next one was,
I had no
and then
idea.
we look at the prices going up.
But that's the key. It's Bannon flood the zone.
Let's look at the next thing, which is when he fired the guy that reported labor statistics.
Yes, he did.
Because the labor statistics did not say that he added 3,500 million jobs.
Turns out women can also run.
Oh yeah, I did it to be misogynistic. Whoever the chick was.
He did this with
which broad did he fire?
Erica.
Erica.
McIntarfer. He fired her for releasing truthful employment figures showing, faltering U.S. economy. It was showing that we do have some problems, which we do.
Yes, they originally reported 144,000 jobs. And then when they looked at the data, it said, no, it's only 7,000. Another month, it was 147,000. and then it was only 14,000. So we went from Biden adding 220,000 jobs a month on average to Trump dropping it to 14 to 7,000. And then so instead of going, oh shit, we got to do some stuff. If you put that, and I said this, if he put as much effort into actually doing his fucking job instead of hiding how bad of a fuck up he is,
it's like,
he can do a decent job.
It's self-inflicted. Like all the jobs that they cut. And then it shows up. It's going to show up in the numbers, right? Later, it's part of it. It's like it's
eventually going to unravel our economy, which is much worse than that.
I'm noticing in LA. I'm driving around and I'm seeing for lease. This happened in 2007 too. I noticed this before the 2008 crash. I started seeing like I go down Ventura and like for the last 4 years I haven't seen it. Everything built back, and it was done. And then now I'm seeing for lease. And I'm not talking one or two. I'm talking,
liquor store.
So in the long run, if we know that we have bad numbers, then we take action to repair what's wrong.
We don't hide the bad numbers
so that the next report is better. But in the long run, this would lead to significantly slower economic growth in other countries, maybe even a financial crisis. It's going to affect your mortgage rates. And he's signaling to anyone else about reporting truthful bad numbers.
This is the same thing he did during COVID when he said, stop reporting the COVID deaths, the COVID incidences.
Slow the testing down.
So if the people don't know it, it's not happening.
Of course, when you do more testing, you're going to get more results. He said. So
anybody that says they didn't know that he was going to do all this, motherfucker, he already did it. This is his MO.
Honestly, it sounds like if you look at it and then you look at Project 2025, that was obviously Check. That they started writing that probably before his first term. Yep. But it seems like they have methodically gone through and, okay, I'll give you this gig. Here's what you get for this. If you want it, I mean, it's all too perfect. Too many people are benefiting in too many random arenas.
Right. Janine Pirro.
Oh, Winebox
Let's go
Pirro.
to that one. Let's go to that. Winebox Pirro.
I can't even.
Box Wine Pirro. Yep. Guess what job she got? You guys, the woman who
U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia.
Which is there for one reason, to protect his ass. She's there for one reason.
Who is that? Is that
Janine Pirro, the girl on Fox that would be like, she's really not. Yeah. She's always seems a little bit hammered. So the fact that who was doing on SNL? Someone was doing that. She was brilliant.
Oh yeah.
God, she was so good. I can't believe she's gone now.
I thought Trump didn't like poaching. Gone.
Yeah.
He takes.
I hire them from Fox. Gone.
Yeah.
He takes everybody.
Well, there's
from
like
Fox
I think there's 21 now people that used to work for Fox News, and Fox News was fined $800 million for lying about the election. So
hire the best liars.
There was a rumor today that and that JD Vance has flown to Rupert Murdoch's ranch and had a long meeting with him. And one of the guy who follows this stuff said, I think that they are going, he goes, well, keep paying attention to Fox because they're going to start talking about his cognitive decline, about Trump's cognitive decline.
Welcome to Conspiracy Hour. They say.
If
you're stressed out, this episode brought to you by CB Distillery.
Holy
because
shit,
you are,
am I stressed
and
out?
you need it. And we all are.
Can we just get a bowl of the gummies? Just have them here.
That would be
we just
super
need
sweet.
to have them here because...
Except if you leave them open, they get less gummy.
I know. We'll see it.
Right there.
Can we get a jar?
Yeah.
We need a jar.
We got tools here.
We're going to get CB Distilleries a jar just because I need it. I need to start it.
Or like a mouse drip.
Like in that
a CBD gumball machine.
That would be awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
Because we're all tired and we're all stressed and we're all dealing with some kind of pain, it seems like these days.
I'm burnt.
Nothing really works. It seems like I try all different kinds of things. I've been having pain in my neck a lot, probably from sitting like that all day. That's why I love CB Distillery. Their CBD products are awesome.
Calms me down.
One of the only things that helps me go to sleep is their CBD and THC sleep gummies.
It's kind of the only thing except for a lot of brown liquor.
Oh yeah.
The only thing that really makes you that will help her go to sleep. And then if that doesn't work, I was like, okay,
Not
here
a
we
lot.
go.
That's not, you made that part up. Actually, if I have really bad insomnia and I'm up, like if this is, I've watched the sunrise and that happened 2 days in.
CBD,
I did that
take a
back
CBD
to back.
gummy and
take a CBD, THC, CB distillery gummy, and around about 6:30 in the morning, go downstairs, have one shot of like brown liquor, like
This is
stuff I
not
don't
a
drink,
problem
brandy
at all.
or
This
something
is
like
not
that.
a problem at all. This sounds
And
absolutely
Sounds like
normal.
Elvis's day.
Yes, that does.
Yeah.
It sounds like
Then I
Axl
have
Rose
a-
on tour. You're right. It's
peanut butter and banana sandwich. They've got a whole range of solutions for stress, sleep, pain after exercise, CBD for your pets, which is awesome, especially if they have separation anxiety. They have a great soothing relief balm to put on painful areas, and you used that a
Yep.
couple of weeks ago, and you were
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit, this actually
yeah.
works."
What was that? What did I hurt? My elbow. It was my elbow. My elbow was messed up.
And we had this in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
cabinet, and he tried it and he couldn't believe it.
Yep.
So if you're tired of being tired and stressed or just want to feel better in your body, check out CB Distillery. Right now, you can save 25% off your whole purchase if you go to CB Distillery, use promo code Titus. That's cbdistillery.com, promo code Titus. cbdistillery.com. Great
So the-
products.
Good stuff. So the news is not. I just got something.
Okay, did you want Janine Pirro?
Yeah,
We're
Janine
good.
Pirro. Let's do Janine Pirro. Yeah, let's
We're good. They voted to confirm her 50 to 45. He picked her after he was forced to pull his first choice, the interim U.S. Attorney Ed Martin.
Dracula couldn't make it.
Pretty much. Yeah, how bad is it?
Yeah, how
Yeah,
bad
she's-
is how bad is it?
she's second
Janine
string.
Pirro is the upside. The Janine Pirro's like, yeah, okay, all right then.
She's B string.
When we've got Hegseth, who's an alcoholic, who's saying, I won't drink anymore in his Senate confirmation, and then he's in Europe with a
Drank.
glass of brown liquor.
Drank at a speech. It was in the podium. He was like, excuse me, hold on. Wow, all right. Hey, wow. Then he started finger gunning it. Hey, what's up, Poland?
Defense.
There is something interesting, because the GOP is so scandal free. I guess we're going to have to touch on what's happening with the Epstein thing again, speaking of JD Vance. But have you read about Corey Mills?
No, Corey Mills.
So Corey Mills is a member of the GOP. He's a representative.
Is this one that did the town hall and got his ass handed to him?
No, he hasn't been charged yet.
Oh.
But
Yet.
Uh-huh.
Corey Mills, not only, it's being reported in a police report in Florida that he not only had a mistress, but the married Florida Christian Republican also allegedly threatened to release nude videos of her because she broke off the relationship.
Is this not where there's now? I'm getting all the sex crimes of these GOP guys mixed up. There was another one that was so anti-abortion, yet his girlfriend
That was
of
another
17 years had 3 abortions in that time that he paid for.
Yeah.
So
That's why he's
This
against
is
it.
Lindsay
Yeah.
Langston. She's a Florida
They're
Republican
expensive.
state
It's a
committee
lot.
member and 2024 winner of the Miss United States beauty pageant. She had to call the police and tell them on July 14th that he threatened to harm any future romantic partners, i.e. physically hurt if she started dating anyone else, and that he threatened to release nude videos of her if she left him.
super
Which
glad
always
he's in
works.
charge.
That would make me wanna go
super glad.
So Christian.
All right, I love you more
Family
now.
values.
Okay, I love you more now. Wait,
Right, right, right,
you're
right.
gonna beat up
This'll
anybody.
do it.
My future is gonna be totally damaged by dead bodies of guys I date, and you're gonna put my naked body out publicly, man. And I thought you didn't love me,
Boy,
and
that's-
I
the
thought
romance
that
is-
you were not there for me, and I was
Interesting.
wrong. I was mistaken.
So you did hear about him in February. NBC reported that the DC Police Department had begun an investigation into the congressman following a report of a separate alleged assault. They sent an arrest warrant on him to then interim U.S. Attorney Ed Martin, who was, interestingly enough, the guy that Janine Pirro had to step in to replace because he was so bad. And that guy refused to sign it.
Love lift us up where we belong.
Where the eagle flies. Wow.
Wow, the Christian values and the
do you know
family values.
What's really funny to me is this just goes to all men. All men. Listen, guys, threatening her with vicious shit is not going to make her turn the relationship around. And do you want that relationship? Unless you're like a jailer, unless you're running a camp of some lawyer.
He also,
oh no.
He's
Oh, no.
already
There's
being
more?
investigated surrounding an award he got as part of military service. And 2 months before that started, the House Ethics Committee disclosed that they're investigating him because he may have omitted or misrepresented info in his financial disclosure. That is ongoing.
Uh-huh.
Then in mid-July, it was reported that he is facing a lawsuit seeking his eviction over his failure to pay thousands of dollars in rent at his place in DC that he's renting so he can represent our country. That's ongoing.
Well, you got to pay for all the editing to edit your girlfriend's naked pictures.
Yeah, that's
before you can put them out. You got to get a social media guy. I mean,
Yeah,
you can't
you
just
gotta
pay
do
the rent. So I got to show. I can
got to
threaten
buy
her.
ads on YouTube. I mean,
and then I got to buy weapons to beat the shit out of her boyfriends that she might have after me.
I think he's just trying to get on Trump's good side, right? With all this,
I mean, it's like, it would be funny if people didn't keep electing them, right?
But-
like Marjorie Taylor Greene, we were talking about last week. Like, it would be funny that she's that evil and stupid.
Yes.
If people
Same with
didn't.
Bobert. Bobert's fight.
yeah, her son was just the
Bobert's-
whole family.
Bobert's
It's-
kind of faded away. What happened to Bobert?
well, her son's in the
almost
news because he was
lost.
like he or abused some. He was arrested.
Oh
son was arrested.
no!
She was arrested. The husband was arrested. Her son was arrested.
Politics seems so. There was a point when when I was a kid, and look, Nixon was around, but there was a point, and I vaguely remember a point when it was you were supposed to help the people, and then it turned into these are now our monarchy. These are our dukes and duchesses who run shit now,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they don't give a fuck about what they're doing. They want their money handled. They want I wonder if Bob Menendez is in prison right now, just going, really, all this shit, and like I'm the one, I'm in prison.
No pardon for him.
He took a $400 million jet.
Yep.
I had 4 gold bars in an old jacket.
yeah.
Yep.
It's almost like organized crime has taken over. Like it was always
Well,
there was always
Huey-
a little connection.
Well, Huey Long, I mean, you can go back through history. There's times in history where there was a lot of corrupt politicians, and I think grifters are going to grift. And imagine the amount. Okay, so 330 million people send their taxes in. Imagine what that number is.
Yeah.
It's a huge number.
Yep.
So if you skim $50 off 100, people are going to notice. You skip 5 million off of 13 trillion, no one's going to notice.
If you change the law on how that money gets sent, if you change the definition, you're they're going
Actually,
for the big
if
ticket.
you just visibly
Put it into
get
legislation.
away with it over
Uh-huh.
and over,
outright.
then people are all going to do it. I mean, we really started after his first term when he would say witch hunt, hoax,
everybody.
radical left. Even the guy out here in California that was clearly guilty.
Kerry
even
Lake.
was pleading guilty and then changed his plea. Was like, oh wait, no, it's a witch hunt. It's
Kerry Lake never stopped saying
still-
she got her ass handed to her repeatedly.
Yep.
And still, that's fake news. I won the election.
Yes, fake news.
Well, but this all goes down to Lugenpress. Hitler used it. Every dictator or fascist through history has used it. And he, to his weird credit, man, he chose something to do and it did it full out. He took on the best of the best, followed what they did. So now we've got all this stuff happening in a way that is, and we've got we have a concentration camp in our country now.
Yep.
Well, and they're building another one. So we've got Alligator Alcatraz, which here's how brutal this is. There was a woman that made a report. I think she quit. 100 people in the cage, toilets overflowing. If they try to escape, they actually got to head into the Everglades where they will get eaten by something or die. It's Florida, so it's hot as balls.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got that. So we now have concentration camps in America. So when people say, you can't fucking throw Hitler around, fuck you, that's Hitler shit. Then you've got him grifting the government. He took a bribe, and this is look up the Constitution about him, the emoluments clause. He took a $400 million airplane from Qatar, which is, can you guys imagine? They were pissed that Hunter Biden actually got $3 million as a paycheck for a job he got hired for.
And he was not in office.
Not in office. This guy, as president, took a $400 million plane, and now he's going to spend another $400 million to retrofit it,
and
then take it with him.
And then he gets to keep it.
And from Saudi Arabia, not from
Qatar.
Denmark, not from like some,
right. And
not
I'm
from
sure
Canada.
there's,
Whatever.
I'm sure there's
No,
not going to be any
busy screwing them
tracking
all
advices. I'm sure there's not going to be any security breaches in that plane. People forget that this man also took over 10,000 top secret documents. Not only took them quote unquote by accident, hid them in his fucking bathroom. Then he actually did January 6th. And you motherfuckers keep backing him up. And the one thing that seems to stick, and I was on House Sparks show today and we were talking about it, is the one thing that seems to stick is this Epstein thing. And why? And I think here's why. I think these people have been looking for a way out for a minute. You got to remember, we've been up these people's asses for 8, 9, 12 years now. I mean, when did he come down the elevator? That was what, 2016?
Late 2015.
2016. So it's almost a decade. It's a decade.
10 years.
So it's a
500
decade.
years
It's a
ago.
decade. Yes, it was. They hadn't invented the electricity at that point. That's how long ago it was. So we've been on this from day one. The second I saw that first speech, I said, this motherfucker, we cannot let this guy get anywhere. He did. I would argue with people his first term, and you would give them fact after fact after fact, and they fucking wouldn't. They'd go, so? That's not true. Where'd you get that? Every news source available? Yeah, they don't know. They don't know. You know who knows? The guy with the blog who actually believes 9/11's a hoax. That guy. The skateboarder from Portland. He knows. So now we're 8, 9 years in. Everybody's noticing prices going up. The country's kind of falling apart. We're looking at them destroy weather. I don't care how stupid you are. We go, wait, we're not going to have satellites that tell us that the hurricane's coming anymore? That sounds fucking stupid. So, but the problem is, the more we're up their ass and telling them you guys are stupid, well, they're like, fuck you, I'm just sticking. Well, the one thing you can't back up, here's my point. If you rape kids, you go to prison as a kid rapist, you're dead pretty quick.
Yeah.
They keep you in isolation because you're dead. Even the worst murderer, criminal, gang member, drug dealers like, nah, man, you fucked a kid, I'm killing you.
And they typically don't hang themselves with the sheets.
Yeah, exactly. No, they don't. They actually, there's a statement. So here's what I think. I think this Epstein thing is the one thing that may get them to all go, yeah, I believed all this other shit, but I cannot take a guy fucking kids. So that may be the one way they get out of being stupid for as long as they've been stupid.
It's his hubris, though, because he knew he was in the files. He knew before Pam Bondi told him in May.
Yeah.
He knew they were together all the time.
Yeah, his best friend.
A girl has testified under oath that he started coming at her and Epstein had to say, quote, no, she's not for you.
Another one filed charges.
So
Her and Epstein raped her when she was 13.
Let me just say, it's his hubris that he spent years running. He literally ran on it, a campaign promise. They gave little right-wing influencers, Pam Bondi handed out binders that said Epstein Files Part 1 on the outside. I bet the binders were empty, but this is what he did because he saw that they reacted to it. So he started using it, never thinking that he just get me in office and then fuck off. I'm not going to do it. Not thinking that anybody was going to hold him to task on it. And now they are, but he did this.
Right. Agreed.
Because every other topic, every other thing, he's been able to like distract and move on to another thing.
Like, here's how desperate is. For out of the blue, Rosie O'Donnell moved out of the country, lives in Ireland now. She's the smartest person, honestly, really, in the country right now, out of our country. But when he starts going, Rosie O'Donnell, we can take her citizens, and we all were like, even the most hardcore megas like, what?
They've got a grand jury. Bondi has convened a grand jury to investigate Obama administration officials in connection with the Russia investigation meddling in the 2016 election. I mean, we have Rubio in Congress saying back then that everybody agreed it happened. It was a bipartisan Senate report that it happened.
It happened. There's evidence.
Yeah. So it's begun. She's convened the grand jury.
And you were saying it. He always fucks himself, right?
Mhm.
So the Epstein thing, fucked himself, beat on it, got him elected, which I still don't. ETA, hope you're out there. Shout out to ETA. But so he ends up always fucking himself. But he's been lucky enough in the past where it went away. There's been a new craziness,
It does.
and it goes away, right? Well, this time it's not going away. So here's this new thing where they're going to go after the Obama administration. Now that's again trying to distract. But when they actually do this, what that gives the Obama administration the right to do, and anybody connected with it, is they get discovery,
Right.
which means they get to ask for all the evidence. At that point, what happens?
I just want to say, so you remember Mueller said that it was sweeping and systematic. Criminal charges against 34 people, 7 Americans, 26 Russians, 3 Russian organizations. Then in 2020, they did an investigation by a Republican-led Senate special committee. They found that the intelligence community investigation they called it coherent and well-constructed intelligence and proved Russian interference. Then, in his first term, Trump's DOJ appointed a special counsel to investigate those investigators who found nothing to discredit Mueller and failed to validate the whole hoax idea. This is such a distraction that is just a waste of our tax
We literally
dollars.
can give you, here's all the evidence that we've all proven that it happened.
And then I think eventually Trump will hire 1,000 FBI agents to comb through all those documents.
That's another thing.
and
So-
remove whatever.
This
looks
episode
bad.
is brought to you by OneSkin. If you have nothing left
She doesn't
but
even
how
try
you
anymore.
look.
She doesn't even
Now
try
look,
anymore.
if you
She
have
used to try. Now she's just like, moving on.
if you have nothing left but how you look, OneSkin is for you.
I don't even have that, but I'm trying. Thanks to OneSkin.
OneSkin is offering to you an opportunity to have that as something that is going well in your life.
To make
You
me
guys
glisten
already
again?
know
Will I be dewy and glisten?
you will, and you'll have skin that looks like a baby's bottom.
Ah, that's great. With a butt crack.
A very stubbly
Baby's bottom.
You guys already know about the OS1 peptide. It's the basis of skin and sun care. And now it's targeting age-related hair loss and thinning. So maybe life sucks and you're bald, but now you have an opportunity to get rid of one of those horrible things.
He's right
Look
here.
at my hair
He's
now.
right
Oh.
Look
here.
at how dark
Exactly.
and thick
Is
this
it worth
hair
it?
is now.
Did you shave it off?
No, this is just a brim.
Is it covered?
This is
I love OS1 body. I love OS1 face and OS1 eye. So lean forward.
I'll tell you what.
feel it.
I was going to say there's baby.
fucking hair
It's a
there.
full
Dude, there was a
stubble.
hole there
So
before.
this was like smooth, like skin, like you'd be like,
Yeah, that was a hole.
Can we
Now
should
you can
take
hear
You
a
had a
picture
little
of that
monkey
and put
thing
it up.
going, not monkey.
Yeah,
monk
yeah, yeah.
thing. Monk. I say monkey.
Now I got a monkey thing.
Monkish. You had a monkish thing.
Now I
not
have a monkey thing.
People,
Yeah,
here's a
and now
direct
it's
quote.
coming in.
My hair
Hey.
has never felt this thick and full. My scalp feels heavier than healthier than ever. It's a serum, and then it comes with the little roly thing with the pin prick things so that it perforates, and then you can put the serum and it actually soaks in. That probably wasn't the most scientific
Yeah,
explanation.
you work for the Trump administration. You keep me
exactly.
hired on as someone.
And I have binders too.
It's a little mini gardening thing.
Yes.
You know, when
Yeah,
you
exactly.
aerate your lawn.
Yeah.
So OneSkin started in 2016 by all women scientists, PhD team. I love that. They all have PhDs in skin regen, stem cell biology, immunology, bioinformatics. So badass alpha chicks. And they discovered this OS1 peptide and found that it actually in clinical trials in the lab works at the cellular level to improve key aging biomarkers and reduces the visible signs of aging, including lines, wrinkles, sagging skin.
I just
That's
noticed
why I
that
love
my
the
forehead
body.
looks smooth and perfect when I'm using it.
And your body, like it,
Yeah.
there's no perfume, weird dyes or anything because my body reacts to everything.
Yep.
And it just feels clean. Like
Yep.
you put it on and it's instantly hydrating, but not greasy. So we're in the middle of a clinical trial with Ken. We will report back.
Seems to be working so far.
weekly.
So far, we have good results.
It's actually surprised me because I always expect to have to change the subject, but
Yeah.
that area is covered
Obviously,
in blonde
yeah.
stubble.
Oh,
So
yeah, clear. It's obviously it's filling in.
Yeah, it's
Have you
there's
noticed
fucking
it?
hairs
Yeah.
there.
Have you noticed it for real?
Yeah, because I would always feel like, oh, there's it's a skin pat, like it's
it was
patched.
shiny.
Yeah, but now, even when I shave it, it's like
You had
But they're
you
blonde,
had you
which
had a
is
skin
interesting.
yarmulke. You had a tiny skin
Yeah.
yarmulke, is what you had. Now it's gone.
they're like little baby hairs.
OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. By focusing on cellular aspects of aging, OneSkin keeps your skin looking and acting younger for longer. For a limited time, you can try it with 15% off if you use promo code Titus at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co, promo code Titus. At the end, they're going to say, how'd you hear about it? Tell them Titus Podcast sent you. It supports us and lets them know that somebody's listening to us scream into the void. Oneskin.co, promo code Titus.
Some of it dripped down my back. Now my back is like a wolf man.
Oh, by the way, yeah, if you're using it and it works for you, will you send us pictures and let us know? You should always take a picture at the beginning and then progress. 5 soldiers injured in Georgia at Army base shooting today.
No one died though.
Currently in stable condition, expected to recover.
So this gun thing again, I've avoided it with all the mass shootings that continue to happen because we have talked about it ad nauseum for 15 years, whatever. And I just want to point out that everybody who says that you got to be armed, if everybody's armed, then there'll be no shooters. Well, that's not true because as a military base, everybody's armed, and they got 5 people shot.
Well, he actually was not using, and here's the difference. He used a handgun, a personal handgun, not a military issue.
Was he a sergeant?
Rifle Sergeant Cornelius Radford, 28 years old. He is alive. I was not expecting that. He's being held in pretrial confinement. That's going to be, he might wish he were not alive at some point.
Yep.
They don't know exactly why, but it involved his coworkers.
How was he not RPG'd?
It says soldiers in the area saw the shooting and without hesitating just tackled him and subdued him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be subdued by a bunch of military guys. Nope. Nobody.
And women. Women can
No.
be in the military too.
How come his leg is put against that ankle? Well, they subdued him. That's what happens when you
Do you
get
remember
subdued.
the guy that was subdued at Chappelle's
Yeah,
show?
he got subdued. Yeah, pretty
Was
bad.
it his arm that was going?
There was parts of his body. He looked honestly like a bush that had been hit by a truck. Thing was just.
It was like one of those little dolls that
that you could
burst
flick
and
and it was bad.
Do you know what's weird is Marjorie Taylor Greene she's the one pushing for George Santos's for him to get
why though?
I don't know, a pardon.
She said that everybody in the Republican Party is such a criminal that George Santos is lesser criminal.
He has a 7-year
they're like, you know what?
sentence.
Listen, he never took a $400 million plane.
Yes.
7 years. She says.
Then Bob Menendez should get out too then.
But that would make sense.
No, it wouldn't. He flat out stole money from the Egyptian government.
No, I mean for her to have some cohesion and
she made sense. Yeah. What do we do here, people? Because there's more. Here's the big news about Epstein. Basically, they have taken Ghislaine Maxwell and moved her to a minimum security prison. She had one meeting with Todd Blanche, who's
2 days.
2 long interviews. There's no record of it. No one took notes. Nobody did a transcript.
They said they may release
There isn't
partial
any.
transcripts, but not the recordings. And I'm sure those wouldn't be edited.
So I don't. It's weird to me. How dumb do you have to be to believe there's anything other than the worst corruption? Bullshit. Like all this stuff points to Epstein was murdered. All this points to that our president was involved in raping children. All this points out to he knew about it. There's how many, and again, I brought this up to a friend of mine, a very smart friend of mine. I said, did you know that the banks paid off Epstein's accusers and the victims? And he goes, what? And I go, yeah, look it up.
Nobody
I go,
talks about
$290 million was paid by JP Morgan Chase, and 75 million was paid by Deutsche Bank. What the fuck? Why did the banks pay these girls off who Epstein and the people on this had been raping. Explain to me, I still don't understand. Explain to me what the banks, I'm with Chase. What did my bank have to do with raping children?
That they brokered all of the financial transfers.
That has none, it's none of that's still not there.
They wanted it to go away.
So, okay, so everyone on the list, if you were on that list, you were an elite group. You were in a very wealthy people. So here's what you can't do. So those girls knew who raped them. They knew who, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if they sued that guy and they sued that guy and that guy, then we know who's on the list. However, if everybody's got their accounts at the bank and the bank is making money off their money, because that's what banks do, they would go, hey, what if we all just get the bank to do it? Then nobody's name is out there.
Exactly.
Then it's just the bank. So JP Morgan, so I want to point this out. JP Morgan Chase settled for $290 million and Deutsche Bank sent for 65 or 75 million.
Well, then JP Morgan in September of 23, not long after that, also agreed to pay $75 million to the U.S. Virgin Islands. The Virgin Islands sued them to settle claims that the bank enabled the sex trafficking acts committed by Epstein. They said that $55 million of that settlement would go to local charities and assistance for victims, and another 20 would go towards the legal fees.
Again, the numbers are the numbers. Explain to me that my bank, JP Morgan Chase, was involved in raping children and for some reason still exists as a bank. Explain to me why Deutsche Bank, who paid off money to victims for raping children, is still a bank. How does this happen?
So let me just...
I just need to understand it.
Okay. So it was a class action lawsuit by the victims saying that JP Morgan and Deutsche Bank's two different, saying that it was, quote, indispensable to the operation and concealment of the Epstein trafficking enterprise. So these girls sued these banks saying that he could not have done it. This trafficking enterprise could not have been done. And they needed it to go away because it was going to go to trial.
And it was going to blow up everybody.
So they found a number that the girls were willing to accept. Then this is also interesting. After that 75 million that they added on, so we're at 365, the bank also said that it reached a confidential legal settlement with James Staley, who was a top JP Morgan executive who personally managed the Epstein account. JP Morgan sued him earlier in 2023, alleging that he covered up or minimized Epstein's wrongdoing in order to maintain this very lucrative account. So JP Morgan turned around and sued the guy that worked for them that managed the account.
Get some of that money back.
He settled with them.
Do you get that none of this makes sense? The only thing this does is protect the people that raped kids. Do you get that the only thing this does is takes all, because those girls had to sign NDAs. I'm pretty sure if you take the settlement, this is over. You can never speak of it again. It's over. So why would a bank give $333 million? Just because all those people, all those billionaires that keep their money in that bank don't want to be named. And in trial, guess what? All those guys would have got named. That's what would have happened at trial. So my question is, so it's obviously the cover up is so deep and it was so expensive. Why haven't we or our Congress called JP Morgan Chase and had them testify and show us their bank records, where this money came from, whose money got transferred? Is it bank money? Is it straight up profit money? Because all you got to do is track the money. You don't. That's how you get the Epstein list. There was one senator that said there was 4,000 plus transactions for Epstein through these banks. So, and at the end of the day, all you maggots who kept talking about pedophile conspiracies and drinking adrenochrome and baby's blood from the Democrats, turns out it was all the Republicans doing it. And what bothers me more than any of this is that nobody is digging into it. The corruption we are at right now is so deep that we can't even affect it.
This episode brought to you by Fitbod, because this is the last thing you have, is how your body looks. You need hair, good skin and your body to look good. And it'll keep you sane. And that is definitely the only thing that's keeping me sane, except when I do
Definitely
a class with one side of my body before I realized that it's because the guy only has one hand.
That's great. She did
I said last week, but I just can't
it's the
believe-
funniest thing.
I called my sister today and told her, I said, I just need
Did
you
she
to know.
laugh?
She laughed so hard. And she goes, she said, you haven't changed at all. When I
It's
was
very
little
mom.
and there was a news anchor on, and she brought this up. It was cold, and the lady said, you're going to want to put on those long underwear. And I said, what is the size of your underwear got to do with it? I'm very literal and long. I just thought,
Yeah.
She said, you haven't changed a bit. I said, I need you to know how stupid I am. She goes, oh, I know.
Fitbod. I use it almost every day. It has changed my body, the way I work out. It has changed. It has changed why I work out. It has put me into a habit that I never had in my life. We all think about working out. I work out. I got to work out. I got to work out. I got to work out. Then you don't. Fitbod, for whatever reason,
it did change your motivation completely.
It almost like a game at one point. Fitbod, can you listen to me though? As great as your app is, it's an amazing app. It has changed, like literally. I didn't have that.
Favorite thing
So,
ever.
can you do me a favor? Can you put some alternative workouts? I did a Taekwondo workout and I had to go through and I had to figure out exactly what exercises matched up to Taekwondo. It'd be great if you could have like a yoga thing and a Taekwondo thing.
So what you're saying is this is a workout app and it uses AI
Right.
to create whatever your goals are with whatever equipment you do or don't have. And it
tracks
builds
you on what you've done. It tracks you, what you're doing. Like it'll give you, and at the end, if you've lifted more, it'll give you your percentage. Like if you did, let's say you did 20 sets at 35 curls, 20 reps, and it'll give you a rating. They say once you got through those, okay, as long as you're honest with the app, don't lie to the app, it'll tell you that you're capable of doing 25. It'll keep upping what you're used to. There is a point where it ups someone like my elbow. You didn't put in that my elbow hurts.
Oh yeah. You got to put a pain
So
section
what
in there.
you're saying is,
section.
Fitbod, they use personal trainers, certified personal trainers, and they develop these exercises and workouts and combinations. And what you're saying is if you don't do their workout on a day, because Jet's here, you do Taekwondo,
we did Taekwondo.
you want to be able to enter that you did an hour of Taekwondo.
Yes, that would be cool.
I am wondering if you can do that.
Maybe
and
I
I just
gone
need to
deep
look
enough.
at the
I
app.
gotta we look at the app. But guys, I gotta tell you, so the app has changed my entire physicality, and at the age I'm at, it's crazy that it has. I'm starting to think that the whole metabolism thing is bullshit.
Yeah.
And people started giving excuses. You can keep going to your like 80, 90, whatever.
Yeah. We should do before and afters. When did you start Fitbod? Like
2 years ago?
It's-
2 years ago?
it's-
About 2 years ago?
Isn't it
It'll be 2 years in November.
in November?
2 years in
I wasn't
November?
sure. It feels
Yeah,
like
2
it's
years-
3. Is
Yeah,
it?
maybe 3 years in November.
And then do a pose, and then we can put them side by side.
Yeah.
Noodle
Yeah,
arms.
I'm sure everybody wants to see that.
You could go back.
Noodles.
Try
She
two.
called my arms noodles.
You did have noodles.
I did not.
They were angel hair.
Oh my God. And my body was a potato. It looked like pipe cleaners hanging off a potato. Not an extra fat potato, dad bod potato. Like, it wasn't, it's more, it
Wasn't
was,
Mr. Potato,
wasn't a
but it was-
bulbous, it wasn't, it was more of a, like
It's feltish.
but it was
peeled
tuberish. It
potato.
was definitely tuberish. And then since Fitbod, it's gone.
Yeah.
And that is
Can
the
you
best
confirm?
testimonial you will need.
Can you confirm
Of course, we confirm it
No,
all
I
the
want you to
time.
confirm
Yes,
it,
we
'cause
always confirm it.
All right.
It's completely changed. You could go a couple years ago and pull him from an Armageddon update, and I bet it would be pretty
You look like
obvious.
you just had a
It's-
hanger in your shirt.
But
Yeah.
let's talk about let's take the looks out of it. Let's take the aesthetic out of it. What I've noticed is whether it's running upstairs, whether it's so Jet and I, we did a Taekwondo yesterday, and we do rounds at the end. We do full out kicking, punching rounds nonstop, and I added more time to it. And at this age, I got to something that I hadn't got to 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Like I got through it and I was like, holy crap, I'm in way better shape. So it's not just the aesthetic.
Yeah.
You're getting to a place where you're going to live longer because you feel better.
Yeah.
Amen. So get in shape this summer with Fitbod. Join Fitbod today to get your personalized workout plan. You'll get 25% off of your subscription, or you can just try the app for free and see what you think. You can try it for 7 days for free at fitbod.me/Titus. That's fitbod.me/Titus. It's extremely affordable. It's kind of crazy for the
If
whole
you break
year.
it down by day, and so is it, what's the title? Is it 69, 79?
If it's still, it was $79.99 and you get 25% off of that. So that would be, let's just say it's not quite, but roughly $60.
Right.
And then what do you want?
Divide it by 365. This is your personal. This is how much your personal trainer is going to cost you per day
16 pennies a day.
to a personal trainer.
In this economy,
And this economy,
It's a deal. So yeah, there looks like JP Morgan paid out a lot, but looks like they also went after some of the people that they thought were responsible for that.
Yeah,
There was a dude that actually managed all
What
of that
happened to that
money
dude?
moving. That dude.
Please tell me that guy's in some prison. He's probably playing cards with Ghislaine Maxwell right
did
now.
he commit suicide?
Well, he
Yeah.
he settled, and they signed NDAs on the settlement. His name is James Jess Staley. So let's go look.
So let me ask you again. All right, let me ask you one more time, because this is the part of the conspiracy that bothers me more than anything. That these girls settle for millions of dollars, and this guy was blamed for it, and then they signed an NDA so no information got out. Why the fuck? And more than any time in my history, Carlin talked about it. A lot of guys have talked about how the rich and the powerful run the country, and no matter what, you're not part of the big club. Carlin was, you're never going to be part. It's a big club, and you ain't in it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the clearest evidence of that, because you've got all these billionaires, millionaires, richest people in the world who were raping children. The bank covered it. Then the bank sued the guy who was handling the account. Then they actually signed an NDA, so we never got it out. Yet we're going into Home Depot. ICE is now jumping out of Ryder trucks, U-Haul trucks, and grabbing people trying to make $20 an hour at working for building an unpermitted fence at Home Depot. We are so bass-ackwards right now, and we're so anti what everything I was taught about this country. I think I'm going to call Rosie O'Donnell and just go, hey man, is there a house near you? Not that I
So
want to hang
James
out.
Staley, he attempted. So he actually a lot of discovery came out. He was involved in a lot of different legal situations. He's now been banned for life from working in financial services in the UK.
Was he UK
The
based?
details of his relationship Barclays have now been revealed in open court in a hearing that he initiated. He was trying to get his job back, basically, his ability to work in the financial sector. They said that he could have, quietly gone away to his yacht, Bequia, with millions of dollars, but instead he couldn't stand that they banned him. So discovery happened. Emails, documents, regulatory investigations all got released, showing that Staley and Epstein met and corresponded regularly between early 2000s and 2015. And that was when he became CEO of Barclays. Evidence showed that he visited Epstein's island and consulted with him repeatedly for career advice and business dealings.
So he knows.
They referred to each other as family in these emails. He tried to downplay his dealings with Epstein to get his career back. And then all this crap came out, and the Financial Conduct Authority ruled that he had recklessly misled it by minimizing his ties. And then they fined him $2.4 million.
I'm sorry. Again, now we're back. So is there a number that JP Morgan Chase got back when they sued him?
They settled.
But we don't know what the number is.
We don't know what that was.
So they found out that in the 4,000 plus transactions that went through Jeffrey Epstein's account, it's over $1 billion. $1 billion.
Well, apparently he was traffic. He was
Disgusting.
money. There's financial crimes that they were privy to.
And again, because these people have all the money and they have all the power, nothing's going to fucking
He's
happen
still
to
fighting it. This is June
Still?
26, 25.
I love the ego of white assholes. My
He's
God,
still
rich white assholes.
fighting
Are you
it.
kidding me?
No,
Walk away,
the upper
dick.
tribunal has just as of June 26 upheld his ban. He's got millions of dollars, but he's still fighting it. He appealed it. Former Barclays boss Jess Staley tells the court that he did have sex with a member of serial pedophile Epstein's staff. He was made to testify, or else he chose to. He says he was sleeping with Epstein's assistant. I mean, he keeps chasing it, so they keep doing discovery.
Yeah, like, why does your accountant need to go to your island? Like, can't you just... That's a Zoom
your
call.
financial advisor.
I don't understand.
Yeah, that is a Zoom call. You're absolutely
It's
right.
like-
Unless you don't have great Wi-Fi, you get on the plane.
it's an island, so maybe there.
And here's the thing about when people admit things, like he admitted that he slept with Epstein's assistant.
Yeah.
People always admit a little bit, thinking that's going to be enough.
Yes.
They always admit, but that's a criminal motherfucker. So we are now, and I don't know how we get out of this. You got the biggest financial institutions on the planet covering it up. They've paid off the victims. You've got the president of the United States, who is best friends with the same by the guy's own admission. You've got video. Hold on, let me finish. You got video missing from the cell.
Yep.
Like in not 2 minutes and 53 seconds is missing from the Jeffrey Epstein thing. The people took that night off. The cameras were broken. And it's like, it's the dumb. Even the roommate Cabot Cove is going, nah, we don't need Jessica Fletcher. Just fucking, someone got killed.
They
got
also,
murdered.
and the redacted his name from all the files. The fucking 1,000
And then
FBI agents.
we have 1,000 FBI.
Well, it just never actually came to fruition because it didn't get released, which everyone was surprised at because they worked on that.
What was your shock and awe face?
Because he keeps fighting it, and all these emails came out, one in which Jess Staley says to Epstein in 2010, "That was fun. Say hi to Snow White." Epstein replies, "What character would you like next?" Staley replies, "Beauty and the Beast." He says he has no recollection of those emails.
Are they furries too? Is that what that? I don't understand.
What in the ever-loving hell?
So again, to you maggots that keep looking for the weird pedophile cabal,
We found it.
you voted for it. You actually elected it to the president.
This episode brought to you by AG1. You're going to
Holy
need it. You're going to
shit.
need to be in fighting shape because shit be cray. AG1, kind of exciting because I already love the way it tastes. It is a powder that I put into a shaker bottle, and I often do Rachel's concoction. I do 0 carb protein powder and colostrum and other things.
Last night, before I go to bed, I had AG1, and
I did too.
I was worried that it was gonna, because when I take it before a workout or something, I feel energized. But I went right to sleep, and I was kind of woke up calm this morning, and I had no gut pain, and so AG1, I can confirm for me, anyways, it works anytime.
I did it right before bed too because I wasn't feeling well.
I forgot.
Remember? And I had forgotten before my workout, so I went back downstairs and did it, and I woke up feeling great. It was like it didn't keep me. It was awesome. So this powder has over 75 whole food source superfoods, vitamins, minerals, prebiotics, probiotics, adaptogens. It just fills the nutrient gaps in your diet and supports your immune system. Makes me feel better, gives me energy before a workout, but without it, it's not jittery energy. It's like, oh, your body's like, oh, thank God I got what I needed. But they now have flavors. And I already think it tastes good.
Why did the AG1 flavor? It's great. It tastes like tropical stuff anyways.
They have a tropical flavor.
What are the new flavors?
So, yeah, I know. We need to get these because I have to tell you guys, I did fitness shows and I used greens powder before Yes.
Some
you
of the
remember.
stuff. You're like, can I just grind up some lawn clippings and
Oh,
suck
it
that
was so
down?
bad.
And then you get AG1 and AG1. We got it and it was so good. I was like,
so bad.
because AG1 looks the same color as that stuff, but it doesn't taste like that at all. It's so good.
Citrus, berry, tropical. Let me get those flavor names out.
Yeah, let's order one of those too. Let's try
I
it and see if
am
it's
going
better.
to, because we do use this every day, and we've used it every day, I think, for 2 years now, because they made us try it first before we could talk about it, because they know how good it is.
Here's how much we use it. So I go into the refrigerator last night, and they send you this container, this metal container, and we keep it in the fridge to keep it better.
Get it. You don't. People don't get it, but you will get it with our code.
And I picked it up, and it was heavy, and I thought, oh, she refilled it because it was getting light, and I was like, I'm like, I'm worried that I'm not going to get it. So yay, thank you for refilling.
Have you ordered it before?
No. You take care of us.
So you're not that worried.
I'm worried. I have an amazing wife that works with me and for me.
You do that. So the offer, you do that. That I was talking about. If you subscribe, you get $76 worth of free items. You get a 30-day supply of AG1. You get 5 free AG1 travel packs.
Get out.
You get the shaker bottle.
Don't lie to me.
You get the metal canister.
What?
You get the metal scoop.
Does it get better?
And you get the bottle of AG vitamin D3K2.
Impossible. Get out of here.
What the hell? So, and you got to give the new flavors a try today.
I don't know if I'm excited or I'm going to be classic AG1. I'm like, nah, man. I didn't jump on the Coke Zero thing, man.
You need to go OG AG1.
OG AG. That's what I'm, OG AG.
So just go to drinkag1.com/Titus to subscribe for it's like less than $3 a day. And you'll get all of that stuff from the welcome kit. That's drinkag1.com/Titus.
I like the stuff that we promote because we only promote stuff that we use. I'm excited. I hate when someone has to. I've watched it on podcasts I've been on where guys have tried to make up what they think of of a product, and I'm like, no, we use it. Yeah. And too much to our we have little bickering arguments. So she goes, well, we just get it, and she go, no, I don't. We don't use it. I don't. Yeah. Guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor, look all this stuff up. We aren't making it up. You know, the one thing about us and some other podcasts is we give you the real deal. We don't like I was shocked that this person who I talked to today, very, very, very important in my life, very smart, says, I didn't know about that. Yeah. I didn't know about that. Are you leaving now? I have to. Say goodbye.
Oh.
Bye, guys.
All right.
Rachel has a telehealth conference because that's how healthcare works in America right now. I'm bummed out. So we're going to keep going after these people until I fall out a window. I had a guy take me in Nashville. That's Nashville, Huntsville, came to see the show. And I'll wait around. We're going to go back to doing meet and greets again. But a guy waited to talk to me. And he goes, hey, man, you need to stop talking about the ETA thing. And I go, why? And he goes, I'm just worried what's going to happen to you. I go, man, I've done 10 comedy specials. First of all, our podcast ain't big enough to have something happen to me. But on top of that, okay. Yeah. Well, and I said, my entire life is based in how amazing this country is. The freedom I had to be not a great student, but also having the opportunity to do comedy and use my freedom of speech to make money for my whole life. I'm fine. I'm fine. But the one thing I'm not going to do, and this goes back to my new show, I talk about the Tituses. 400 years ago, my family, my great-great-grandfather was kicked out of it was the first family, head of the first family to get kicked out of the Massachusetts colony. There was nobody in the country, and they were like, you've got to go. and so, because some Quakers came into town, the Puritans jacked them up. He didn't like it, and he's like, guys, move in with me. Fuck, you can stay with me. And then they kicked him out because that's what we always, it's a genetic thing. It's
a Titus prequel. You need a Titus prequel.
It's a genetic thing. We just stand up. And it doesn't pay off. I'm not saying it's good. I'm not saying it works in our favor. I'm saying we stand up. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Do me a favor. Go to ChristopherTitus.com. Get some merch. Buy some stuff. We're going to do some different versions of the shirts that we have up there. We have Woke AF. We have some other stuff. And do me a favor. Come see the new show. The new show, a guy who runs one of the clubs I work this week goes, your show's it may be too liberal, and it got a standing ovation in partial standing ovation in Nashville and in Huntsville, Alabama. I go, can't be that liberal if I'm getting in North Dakota too. If I'm getting standing ovations in these red districts, I said it's not a liberal show; it's an American show. Right. And he went, "You need to say that on stage." Yeah. So come see me, guys. This week I'm going to be playing Omaha, Nebraska at the new Funny Bone. There's a new Funny Bone. It is holy shit, is it gorgeous. Can't wait to go. And then next week I'll be at Cobb's Pub in San Francisco. Go get those tickets right away. And thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We enjoyed doing this. And I think we're doing the right thing. So for myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray, who's on the phone with the doctor, and the Highlander. Later. Peace out.
They're going to be one.